Alright, playoff time in Music City, year 3. So we're taking on the Wild, who actually had the same record as us. They just lost more games in overtime, which I gotta fix which I knew coming into the year because we weren't winning or we weren't losing in overtime a whole lot toward the beginning of the year. So let's look at their lines, see how they did. I want to see who their goalie is. So they have Parise, Granlund, Pominville, Vanek, Koivu, Niederreiter, pretty much the same lines they have now, besides Parise. If you switch Parise and Niederreiter, it's the same thing pretty much. Sean Bergenheim, Charlie Coyle, Thomas Fleischman, Eric Halla, Kyle Brodziak, Jason Zucker. And then on defense, they have Ryan Suter, Jonas Brodin, Keith Ballard, Jared Spurgeon. They have Jordan Schrader on their defense, apparently, and Matt Dumba. We'll see what their injuries look like. Zach Parise, Mikhail Granlund, Vanek on the power play. That's not important. I don't know why I looked at it anyway. And then they have Darcy Kemper and Josh Harding. I don't know if it's going to be Kemper or Harding starting for them in the playoffs. It's going to be interesting. Both are okay. They're not super great. I believe we have the better goalie in theory. Although who knows how he's actually going to perform. So Kari Ramo's out now that was important. It's just the backup goalie. I don't even remember who we're in Minnesota. I forgot who we're facing. So they have Marco Scandella out with a concussion until May 12th, and Kemper's banged up. It's not really an injury, so we will not have to deal with Marco Scandella coming back in this round. Not that he's a big threat, but that means they have a forward on defense, which could be good or bad. It makes them probably worse defensively, but better offensively. When the bottom 6 pairing is out. However, it weakens their offense 5-on-5 in normal situations. So I would have just called up a defenseman, but they might not have the cap room for it. I didn't look at their player stats for the season. That's another thing that I do in the playoffs that I almost forgot. So you can see who was a regular season performer for them. Minnesota. So their points leader was Zach Parise with 81. Pominville had 67, Granlund 63, 49 of which were assists. Koivu 60. Spurgeon had 58, not 10 goals though. That's weird. He had 50 assists. I think it might have been their assist leader. Niederreiter 50, Suter 48, Vanek only 47, Fleischman 31, Bergenheim 27. That's everyone else. So goalies. Harding had a 2.80 goals against, not very good, but Kemper had a 2.34 with a 9.20 save percentage and 3 shutouts. So if we face him, it might be a little troublesome. However, I'm not too concerned because his overall is still only 84, so he might have just played above his overall. Who knows? So at the end of the first, we are up 2-1. However, one of the goals they scored was on probably the first shot of the game. We only gave up 2 shots though, so as long as Varlamov plays good the rest of the way, we should be good. Alright, we're up 4-1. Duchesne scored. And we won 6-2. Not a great performance from Varlamov. However, we put up 6 goals, so it wasn't necessarily needed. He gave up 2 goals and 17 shots. However, it was probably the first and last shot of the game. So it's hard to tell when we only gave up 17 shots the whole game whether it was a really good performance. But it didn't seem like a really good performance, and he probably wouldn't get a star for it. Colin Wilson, Matt Duchesne, Tyler Johnson, Matt Duchesne again, and Tyler Johnson again, and Roman Yossi. So Tyler Johnson had a pretty good amount. He had 3 points, and Duchesne also had 3 points. So good start, good first game. However, we also won the first game of last year's playoff round when we lost 4-1. So you can't really judge a whole lot by the first game. Colin Wilson had 4 assists in that game, really, and a goal. Jesus, did he really have 5 points in that game? He had 5 points in that game. That's crazy. Last time someone got 5 points, I believe was related to our team was Jamie Benn. I'm pretty sure in game 2 of when we were actually trying to do games. I don't remember 100% though. So Matt Duchesne scores another goal. We're up 1-0. All right, it's tied 1-1. Mikko Koivu. So Eric Halla scored. Not good. We need to get another goal here. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. All right, Varlamov didn't play that bad, but yeah, Varlamov didn't play bad. We only gave up 2 goals on like 36 shots, but we only scored 1 on 29. So we split the first 2 games. You know, not a bad thing at all. Especially considering that we won one of the 2 games, and it's on the road, so it's not the biggest deal in the world that we lost Matt Duchene with his 3rd. It was the only goal we scored. Colin Wilson with another assist. But yeah, now we're at home. I'd give us a better opportunity to win a couple here than on the road. We did have a slightly better record at home. Alexis Vanier is out. That's the minor league team. So yeah, we'll sim game 3 now. Go slow sim. Nothing after 1. They got more shots than us though. Alright, it's tied 1-1. Nikita Kucherov nets 1 right there. So hopefully we play better. Alright, Craig Smith right there, right in front of the net on backhander. Alright, let's try and keep him off the board. Maybe get another one. Looks like we're going to keep him off the board. And we got another one too. Nikita Kucherov, 2nd of the game. And Forsberg got an empty netter. So we won 4-1. Varlamov definitely playing better in the playoffs than he did in the regular season. Stopped 34 of 35 shots that game. We got the same amount of shots as they did, but we scored 3 more times, although 1 was on an empty netter, so I don't know if that would really count. Kemper's not really had a good playoff series up to this point from the looks of it. Vanek, Kucherov, Craig Smith, Kucherov, and then Forsberg. So that was Colin Wilson and Duchene didn't get points that game, but they've been doing really well up to this point. So I don't really care all that much about that. So we got a 2-1 advantage right here, and we're going into Game 4 also at home. So if we can win this one, we really have a good lead on the series. So we're up 1-0 after a period. Nikita Kucherov again. And we're up 3-1 after 2. So I'm going to slow sim just because it's only a 2-goal game. But if it gets to like 10 minutes and we're still, we're not even up by 2 anymore. So Thomas Fleischmann gets a goal right there. And then Thomas Vanek ties it up. So Varlamov not really coming to play this game. And then they got another one. Mikhail Granlund, come on. Offense just really like disappeared. Wow. Oh no, we got one. Austin Watson. Okay, so it's a tie game. We're going into overtime now. We're not getting as many shots as there. Penalty kill right there. Okay, good. 5 minutes left. Come on, get a goal. Alright, guess we're going into a second overtime now. And we won 5-4. Varlamov stops pretty good percentage of shots that game and gets us to a second overtime. Tyler Johnson finds the back of the net. I always know it ends really quick into the second overtime, because I don't think it can go past 15. Otherwise it gets frozen. I don't know if that's still a thing. I just know that's how it's been. How it was in NHL 12. Like, it couldn't go past like the 15-minute mark of the second overtime. So we won that game. Kucherov, Pominville, Craig Smith, Roman Josi, Fleischmann, Vanek, Granlund, and Austin Watson with the tie-up. And then Tyler Johnson with the tiebreaker. So it looks like Duchene's been pretty slow since that hot start. The HL regular season's ended. Alright, we're on the road here. Hopefully we can wrap up this series, but it's on the road, so it's a toss-up again, and it's also a divisional. I like that there's all these divisional matchups, so who knows what's going to happen. Colin Wilson has 7 assists this playoff, so he only has 1 goal, I think, though, so. Alright, first period, tied 0-0. We got 16 shots, and they only got 4, though. Okay. We're up 1-0. They still only have 8, and Kucherov got a goal. Oops, I did not want to do that. Duchene got a goal. And then we got another goal, Colton Sissons. Looks like this series is over. I don't know why I simmed so fast. And we won 3-0 shutout, only gave up 19 shots. So we are on to the second round of the playoffs. And we'll look at the playoff tree before we get into the playoff like preview and stuff. Looks like it might run like 25 minutes, depending on how long it takes. But these playoff episodes are usually a little longer anyway. So Nikita Kucherov, Matt Duchene, and Colton Sissons with that one. So this would be game 5, 6, 7. Okay, we'll sim up to here. So good playoff series for us. We pulled out a couple tough games. We only gave up 1 game in that entire series. We got to go to the scout. We only gave up 1 game in that entire series. Duchene got pretty hot. he wasn't doing that great during the regular season, so it's nice to see. We'll go back to the Extra Liga, which is I believe where we just were. We want to get an accurate rating on that guy though, so we'll go up a couple more days so everyone finishes their games and whatnot. All right, we're facing the Chicago Blackhawks. All right, so let's I don't remember what I said I was going to do first, so let's just do playoff tree. We'll do Chicago's lines first, though. All right, so Chicago. They have Sharp, Taves, Kane, their top line. I think it's the same as last year. Saad, Richards, Hossa, second line. Bickle, Tervine, and Rutu is their third. And Gagliardi, Vermette, and Deneau is their fourth. I'd definitely say that they got a pretty solid center core. Their wingers are good on the top two lines, and then they tail off after that. Their defensive core, Hjalmarsson and Polka is their top line, and then they got Duncan Keith and Brent Seabrook as their top four pairing. That's really strange. And then Tim Erickson and David Rundblad is their bottom pairing. We have a pretty even defensive core, but goaltender I'd give to them. They have Corey Crawford, who won the Vezina last year, I believe, so there's that to worry about. We'll do player stats, and then we'll look at the playoff tree. So, how did Chicago's players produce this season for them? We're about to look and see how it worked out. It overloads. Alright, Chicago. I hate looking at Backus. He's a weird face. Or his picture, anyway. Alright, Hossa, 74 points, Kane, 74, Sharp, 74, Taves, 73, so they got a lot of production out of those top four players. Duncan Keith with 56, Polko with 54, up to an 88 overall. He's only 4 green stars, Jesus. I don't think he should have gotten that good. Richards was 52, again, he scored a lot of goals. He had more goals than assists, that's funny. Well, no, he didn't do that last season, but he did that the year before with Chicago. Brendan Saad with 48, Tervinen with 33, Bickle with 30, Seabrook with 28, Vermette with 26, Rundblad with 22, Gagliardi with 21, Deneau with 21, Rutu with 18, Hjalmarsson with 13, Erickson with 10, and Desjardins with 5. Doesn't look like he played a whole lot. Corey Crawford, an okay year, 2-3-4 goals against, pretty good. 9-2-2 save percentage and 2 shutouts. So, I don't think we really have an advantage in this. Chicago's a much better team. I don't think it's not a winnable series, but I just don't think it's going to be easy. So, well, not that it was easy in the last round either, but first period they're up 1-0. They're up 2-0. We'll swim slow up to a certain point, and it doesn't look like we're going to get back. Oh, we had a power play. No, we did not capitalize, and we lost 3-1. So Austin Watson did get one, and Patrick Sharp, and it finished it off with an empty netter. So we lost game 1, but again, it's against Chicago, so it's not like this was going to be an easy series or like we had some sort of advantage. Like last series, I thought that we had a better team than Minnesota did. I don't think that our team is better than Chicago's quite yet. Their players haven't declined yet. It's only year 3. They're still really good, and their defensive core is also just as good as ours is. If not slightly better, slightly. But we're going to go into the second game now. Hopefully we can win this one. Alright, we're up 1-0. Colin Wilson got one. We're up 2-0. Tyler Johnson got another. So let's see if we can split the first 2 games of the series. Forsberg with a shorty. Nice to see us counter their power play. That power play could have been a crucial moment. Could have got them right back into the game. But we got a shorthanded goal and showed them, hey, that's not happening. As Craig Smith gets another. And Colin Wilson gets another. And we scored 3 goals that period, and we won 5-0. I don't know why that's weird that we scored 2 goals on Corey Crawford in the last 2 minutes. And Colin Wilson got a couple goals that game, I'm pretty sure. And he continues to be our points leader in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure. I didn't check that playoff stats like I probably should have, but Colin Wilson from Seth Jones, Tyler Johnson from Seth Jones, and David Baggett. Forsberg from Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson had a couple points that game. Craig Smith from Shaw and Watson, and Colin Wilson from Duchesne and Franzen. So Duchesne's getting involved this round. I don't think he did anything in the first game, but he came to play that time. As we go home to Nashville for game 3 and 4. So Again, hopefully we can use this home crowd to our advantage. We're tied 1-1. We're up 2-1 now after the second period, and we'll do a slow sim again. Yeah, we got another. It doesn't say, but it looks like Forsberg got a goal. I don't know why it's blank, and we're gonna win 4-1. Kucherov tacked on another at the end, so I think Kucherov probably took our goals lead. Duchesne hasn't been scoring. He hasn't scored a goal in this round, I don't think. So, you know, he looked like a good playoff performer. His first 2 playoff games of this GM, he was pretty decent. He had a few goals in there. He actually didn't even get a point this game. That's funny. Well, it's not really funny, but it's I don't know. It's weird. Forsberg scored 2 goals. That was 2 opportunities for you. All right, so game 4 now. We're up 2-1, and we're still at home. So hopefully we can take this game as well. We're up 1-0 after 1. Tyler Johnson. That was a weird angle. We're still up 1-0 after 2. But it's only 1 goal, so I mean they could really come back at any time. We got to play a good game, and we should probably get another goal too. But looks like that's going to be enough. 1-0 win right there, a shutout for Semyon Varlamov, who's been performing very well in this postseason after having a really shaky regular season. I told you going into the playoffs hot really helps out your case. We went into the playoffs cold last year, and we only won 1 game, so who knows. Tyler Johnson was the only goal of that game. I'm gonna have to check. I'm really gonna have to check player stats after this round's over, which could be right here. So we're back in Chicago. Their crowd, obviously, is probably a better crowd to be in front of than ours, but we do have the advantage up to this point. So they score 1-0. It's only a 1-0 game. We can get right back into this third period. We have equally amount of shots as them. All right, Tyler Johnson ties it up right in the slot, deflection right there. And then Craig Smith gets another. We have been a clutch team the last 15 minutes of the game, and we're going to win it as Chris Kelly gets 3. Oh, they actually scored another. That's funny. Cody Franzen, and a minute after Chris Kelly scored, Marian Hossa scored, and then within 6 seconds, Cody Franzen got an empty netter. They must have just left that net empty. And we beat the Chicago Blackhawks. We take down the juggernaut of the division. I believe they were the top team in the NHL this season. What an upset. They only won 1 game, and that was the first game. And we're on to the Western Conference Finals for the 2nd time in the last 3 years, and I believe the 3rd time in the last 8 years or so. Like, I think 1 time in the 2000s they made it to the Western Conference Finals, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Someone correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. So I believe I want to say they're the top team. No, sorry, Boston was the top team, but they were the top team in the West. So, and they actually won more games than Boston. So, Chicago was the best team in terms of winning games. So, there's that. We're gonna sim up to the next round, see who we're playing, and Kucherov's out for probably the rest of the playoffs. So, we're gonna have assistant coach replace player, and we're gonna move Austin Watson up probably. Actually, it's only like a week. Let's see. It'll say in a second down there. 9 days. Okay, so he'll be back by like game 2 or 3. We don't need to replace him in the lines then. That's fine. Yeah, he'll be back by like game 3. All right, San Jose, the defending Stanley Cup champions. They had a 500 record this season, but they made some upsets. So let's look at the play. I still didn't look at the playoff tree. I'm sorry about that. I keep forgetting. So. In the first round in the West, San Jose upset Anaheim 4-2. LA swept Edmonton. Chicago beat Winnipeg in 5 games, and we also beat Minnesota in 5 games. So nothing went past 6 games in the first round. And then San Jose took LA to 7-1, and then we obviously beat Chicago in 5. Now we're at the finals. San Jose and LA is always a great series to see. And another, wow, the top seed in the East went down. Boston lost to Washington in 5 games. Toronto beat Detroit in 7. So I guess there was a crossover. Yeah, there must have been. I don't know what happened. Columbus and Tampa Bay. Oh, because they're the wild card. Okay, I see what happened. Columbus and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay won in 7, and New Jersey beat Pittsburgh in 6. And then Tampa Bay beat New Jersey in 6 or 5, and then Washington beat Toronto in 7. So that sets the stage for a Tampa Bay Washington. Man, if this was real life, I would be rubbing this in so many people's faces right now. That is hilarious. Alright, so let's look at the player stats in the playoffs. I don't think our top line has really done anything. More specifically, I don't think Matt Duchene has done anything up to this point, really. David Backes has 4 points, though. So Tyler Johnson's our points leader with 16. Colin Wilson also has 16 points. Phil Forsberg at 8. Craig Smith has 8. Seth Jones has 7 assists. Duchene only has 6 points. Not very good. I thought Kucherov was doing better, but he really only has goals. He has 5 goals, though, which is second on the team. Austin Watson has 5. Backes has 4. Franzen has 4. Shea Weber has 3. So our defensemen have really not been doing a whole lot, but our forwards have stepped it up big time. And then goalies. Varlamov 135 goals against, 955 save percentage, and 3 shutouts in, I believe we only played 10 games, so that's ridiculous. And he's definitely probably the MVP up to this point. I say definitely probably is not really a thing that you can say, but yeah, he's above and beyond been the best goalie in the playoffs in terms of goals against. And save percentage, he's been above Jimmy Howard and Jonathan Quick, but they're right there. So next episode, we are going to take on the San Jose Sharks, and hopefully we'll see our second Stanley Cup appearance in 3 years. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's playoffs. Stay tuned. So, as you can see, throughout the entire episode, this recording session of these two playoff episodes, yours are intended to be separate originally, as you can see. We're plagued by recording issues, and so I sped up this round of the playoffs. I'm gonna cut out the part where we show the lines and everything, and just get directly to the simulation so you can see what happens. I'm not gonna spoil it right here. So I just simmed the rest of the playoffs in this episode. I'm gonna cut out, like I said, I'm gonna cut out this showing the lines. I'm just gonna show the simulation. I'm gonna speed it up to almost like double speed, maybe even more. Just you can still see the outcome of each game if you want, but really you could just skip to the end and it'll be a little bit quicker. So there was a lot of fuzziness in the first part, and that was also my fault. But then I just must have just forgot to save the audio track for my commentary on this part. So I dearly apologize for that. But here you go. The playoffs are all in one episode. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Peace.